Hello guys, I just finished watching the final trailer of Squid Game Season 2 and I found out 15 hidden details and Easter eggs that I would love to talk about right now. And I promise I'm not going to repeat any detail that I've already talked about in the previous videos. So let's begin. You can get to see a glimpse of Detective Junho, which is highly likely from a backstory before the events of Squid Game Season 1. Because the director himself has already confirmed that this season will talk about the backstory of a lot of characters both from Season 1 and 2. And by the look of the dress, it seems crystal that this event is definitely from the time when Junho was a freshman in the police department. You can notice bloodstain on the cheek of the salesman and he was smiling. Now, if you have already watched Season 1, I guess you know the fact that the salesman was never shown to be killing someone or hurting anyone this way. But right now, in another footage, you can basically notice him torturing two people and there is a gun on the table. I have a feeling that these people are probably the associates of Sang-gi-han in his plans. Look at the diary beside the ashtray. Lots of things are written over here. These are probably plans laid out by Sang-gi-han to take down the VIPs behind this game. In the background, take a look at this design on the glass door and then the ceiling fan up there. If you have seen this picture of the salesman, you can notice the same design and then the same ceiling fan up there. And it works as a proof that the salesman went to meet Sang-gi-han on his own. You can notice Sang-gi-han tracking the location of these two guys who probably decided to join the Squid Game. It was very surprising to see him with Detective Junho. And you see these rifles? This AK-74 and the AK-16 in the back can also be seen in the previous trailer in the hands of the special forces. And that means Sang-gi-han was the only sponsor of the entire operation. I guess the high command of Detective Junho never took this matter seriously and they had to solve the mystery on their own. A brawl is happening inside the dorm compound right in front of the Pinkers and they are basically doing nothing about it. You can see the same thing happening in Season 1 where the Filipino gangster Hugh Sang-tae also kicked a man continuously to death and the Pinkers did nothing about it. You can notice the participants divided into two teams. One team actually voted to play the game and the other team voted to go back home. Now, these two kinds of people have already been separated into two different sides. And I have a feeling that there's going to be an intense rivalry between these two categories of people in the beginning, but Sang-gi-han will finally manage to unite them against the frontman. You can notice Detective Junho getting on the trawler boat with his assault team to the direction of the island. And this action scene is probably the aftermath of this scene, because in both pictures he was adorned with the same jacket. Look at the picture of the frontman. He belonged to the South Korean Republic Army and if you zoom in you can notice 3 stars on his shoulder. In South Korea, if your badge has got 3 stars with no stripes, it is considered jinjang, which in English translates to Lieutenant General. You can also notice the reflection of their mother on the glass, meaning she is still alive in the hope of getting to see her sons again. You can notice a younger version of Sang-woo and that's giving me a feeling that they're going to unfold the back history of Sang-woo and exactly how he lost all of his money. And the surprising thing is that the frontman had a wife who died in a tragic accident. So I have a feeling that his wife didn't receive a normal death, after which he became a completely different person. You can also notice Detective Junho standing in a graveyard, which makes me wonder that he went to pay respect to the murdered soul of his brother. He had to live with the feeling for many years that his brother was dead. You can notice the sliding door inside the limousine opening up and the frontman was sitting right beside the driver. And that footage is probably from the time when this guy was talking to Sang-gi-han using a piggy speaker from the front seat. I guess he decided to open the sliding door to look at him after Sang-gi-han was made unconscious. I saw this trailer so many times, almost frame by frame, but I couldn't manage to find out player number 001 from even a single footage. I guess you already know that Il-nam was 001 in Season 1 who turns out to be the founder of Squid Game, and this time whoever is participating as player number 001 will also play a very significant and mysterious role in this season. I guess this is the reason why they're hiding player number 001 from every teaser and trailer. You can notice this new guy in the back overlooking the competition on behalf of the frontman. And guess what? The frontman himself also decided to join the Squid Game to keep his eyes on Sang-gi-han. Recently, an official post from Facebook has announced that there's going to be a competition between these two brothers inside the compound. Now, I have no idea how Junho is going to take part in the competition, but I'm really curious to see what happens. You can also notice this guy joining the competition along with his mother to pay off their debts. And there is a scene where you can see his mother arguing with him while signing on the contract paper. And I guess she was telling her son to quit the game and go back to home. I don't know why, but I'm getting a feeling that his mother has to sacrifice herself to save him in the end. Maybe he will go back to home without his mother. You can notice Detective Junho sneaking into a building, climbing on a pillar, and in the previous trailer you can notice Junho torching at a coat inside a building. Now, if you notice the glass windows in the back, you can realize realized that Junho probably went into this building for the sake of investigation. And these are the details I wanted to talk about from the last trailer. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and see you next time.